Hi Taurus, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your general tarot reading for the month of August 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you in the moment to go ahead and like this video. Do leave me a comment about your individual situation down below. Let me know how it resonates, of course, the reading. And share the video if you could, and subscribe to this lovely channel if you haven't done so already. Now, when subscribing, don't forget that little notification bell, okay? More importantly, when meditating on your energy overall for the reading for the month of August, the message that came through is feeling a bit different. Feeling a bit different. And do keep in mind general reading for the sign of Taurus, if I could think of it. All placements within your chart, if it's one or multiple, all apply. As well, if you're here to hear about a Taurus in your life, you're more than welcome to join as well. All right, all are welcome. And I'm accepting requests for personal readings at this time. So all you have to do is go down to the description box below. And there you will see the options, the pricing, and the email that you need to utilize to reach out, and I'll get that started for you, okay? So to begin, we're pulling from the Gilded Tarot Royale deck. Let's do some shuffling, bear with me. I'm in your energy feeling sort of serious, a little bit distracted, and a little bit disgusted, I want to say. Interesting. Okay. For our lovely Tauruses for the month of August 2021, thank you, Spirit. Let's make sure you can see me shuffling. I wrote one. If they don't want it, bear with me. Thank you, Spirit. To begin for Taurus, August 2021. We're starting with 2. What else do we have for Taurus? Thank you, Spirit. Halfway there, we're going for 6. We have 3. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we have for Taurus? We're now on the second half of August. For our Tauruses, of course. And we're going to pull the remaining last one right from the top of the deck. With the Fool at the bottom, Spirit's telling me, at least one Spirit's telling me not to speak upon it, but I'm going to. A lot of Tauruses out there feeling in the month of August that simply to go with the flow, feeling that part of you wants to sort of plan analytically, and the other side of you sort of wanted to go with the flow, enjoy yourself, and allow for things to unravel. Why do things feel different? Why do I feel the need to plan one day and the next feel the need to allow for things to just happen? Why does this sometimes break down from moment to moment and not day to day or week to week? Let it happen, let it flow, just let it roll. As you sort of decide, wait, now I got a plan now. Figuring things out, step by step. Just kind of allowing for things to happen as they may. Interesting. Ace of Pentacles to begin the 6 card spread. Let it begin. Let it shine. Allowing for new starts to begin at the beginning of August. For some of you, it's one big start. And a feeling that this, however it pertains to you, will affect your finances in one way, shape, or form, even if it's not super direct. I need more money, I want more money, I desire it. Being a kind of thought that's rolling around in your head very consistently. At times, that's what's leaving you feeling very serious or over kind of analytical about your decisions, about the way you approach people and other situations that surround you at this time. I just feel different. I just don't know how to approach new things or new people, or whether or not I even want them in my life. But if they bring me more money, if they bring me a sense of experience and culture, then I'm down. Let's do it. I just don't know how to uh, go about any of which. I just feel different. Feeling to begin the month of August, don't be surprised if you feel ultra, ultra serious. Wow, this is new, is what I'm hearing. You feeling as if you are embarking on a lot of new things in your life. A lot of you feeling a new sense of spirituality in your life, being communicated by spirit in the universe through animals. If you notice here, we have a meerkat. I'm just not sure what kind of animal this is, to be honest with you. As well, a squirrel down here, or sorry, a rabbit. So you'll be seeing squirrels, rabbits, and who knows what else kind of animals when you wrap yourself up in nature or when you least expect it. So you need to pay attention, as that's a very common way for spirit, your guides, your angels, your ancestors, passed away loved ones to communicate with you. And you'll find other cool ways that they'll start to, if they haven't already, in the month of July, to say hello or to communicate something with you, to remind you, especially through squirrels, to have fun, to enjoy yourself, or to remind you simply that things are starting fresh for you. But you should most definitely be taking on that sort of fresh beginner's kind of mindset with whatever or whoever you wrap yourself up with. We're moving on to the Chariot. As things begin, as you embark on new beginnings, as you meet new people, and even, I want to say, touch base with old friends and connections, acquaintances, if you will, you find yourself motivated. You wake up on the right side of the bed, but again, at times feeling ultra serious, feeling the need to do what's right for you on one hand, but also having balance in mind. What can I do to balance things out for myself in a better way moving forward? Learning and growing along the way, feeling as if you've developed so much knowledge about your individual path and who you're becoming in this lifetime. So you're like, you know what? I could just kind of, seriously decide. I'm feeling a bit different once again. I can decide what's going to be good for me, who's going to be good for me, what kind of energies, what situations, in order to bring me more balance, more peace, but also to just add a level of hearing flavor to my life. Quality over quantity is definitely a vibe I'm getting from you at this time, Taurus, as you venture into the middle of the first half of the month, kind of ready to conquer anything that comes your way, sort of a I've been through it all kind of vibe. And, once again, you've learned from your past and it's made you who you are up until this point, but you're more than understanding that things are still changing and that you have a lot of growing still left to do. Just do tread carefully if you find yourself thinking about the past, because you may find it, especially if you're touching base and catching up, reconnecting with old acquaintances or friends once again, you could find it very easy to reminisce. And that reminiscing for you, Taurus, at times can lead to a bit of overthinking. And we don't need any sort of somber way of being at this point, because I'm now getting a vibe of feeling motivated nonetheless, but towards the end of this middle part of the first half of the month, you could potentially feel a little bit down, and they need to focus on the balance, on the inner peace that you desire at this time, and implement some self-care. Do what you need to do to kind of bounce back, to snap out of it, to feel different but good. As we make our way to the third card, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and I have to stop and take a quick water break. And Spirit was guiding me to ask you, are you feeling dehydrated in this first half of the month in general? Are you drinking enough water? Pay attention to your health in that sense, as well as your healthy and not so healthy routines. So the Knight of Pentacles. Why are things moving so slowly? Why am I moving so slowly? Going from the Chariot where you felt so motivated, so balanced, or working on all of which, feeling ready to go. And then you feel as if your body or your mind is sort of slowing down. It might feel like it's hard to catch your breath, trying to maintain a pace that's not realistic, whether you're working too much or catching up with too many people, trying to be aware as you make your way to wrap up the first half of the month that your plate is only so big, right? Your schedule is only so wide, only so large. You can only fit so many people, so many tasks, so many to-dos on your plate and on your, list, allowing yourself to take a step back and re-examine. Kind of a hanged man or woman sort of vibe coming through. Am I being realistic with myself, with the pace I'm trying to keep up with? All right? But then you kind of examining when you sort of take that step back and you're like, well, damn, my business or my project or my hobby or my job or whatever goals you're trying to work towards the completion of are just moving way too damn slowly. And it's like that kind of leads you being like, well, what else can I add on my plate, right? But not feeling overly flustered in the process, and you're kind of impressing yourself a little bit and being like, okay, well, I normally feel like in the recent past, even maybe last month, would have been a bit annoyed or a bit more so annoyed or a little bit flustered in the midst of it all. It might have made me a little bit anxious, right? And now you see that sort of improvement taking place with oneself where you're like, am I being more mature about it? Am I improving on a self-care level? I just feel different. And you just don't know how to express it to people, and you almost don't feel the need to. It's a change that's happening within you on a soul level where you're like, I'm content with it. I'm rolling with it. I'm allowing it to happen naturally. And I really don't feel the need to shout it to the world or even share it with those who are closest to me. Let's just, in the end, towards the very end of this first half of the month, you'll find yourself being quite content with the pace of things, even if it does slow down, sort of it clicking and realizing, okay, so when things were a little bit quicker and a bit more social in the middle of the first half, it was fitting to my energy level and the way I was kind of mentally feeling. And as I began to wrap up the first half and things are slowing down, and I sort of noticed the pace of things being slow, it was also fitting. So just a kind of destined timing feeling coming through now. And interesting enough, before I mentioned with the first card, squirrels, what do we have here? Don't be surprised if a lot of squirrels pop up sort of anxiously, or even other energies anxiously within this first half of the month. We're moving on to the second half of the month in spread, where we have the Knight of Cups. I'm now being drawn back to the Knight of Pentacles, and we have two nights in a row. And I'm hearing charge forth. Charge forth, my friend. Whatever pace you decide, whoever you decide to do it with, or whatever you decide to wrap yourself up with as you make your way and venture into the second half of the month, charge forth. Wrong night. 1 second. Feeling like things starting to light up a little bit as you make your way into this this chunk of the month. A little bit of, it's like your energy levels start to go up again. Feeling a new charge come over you, a new level of motivation or simply some passion. For some of you, somebody rushes in and is like, I'm noticing a difference in you, and you're growing or you're changing, and it's like they just can't put their finger on it, and you're like, I get it, I'm just feeling different. I don't expect you to put your finger on it or grasp it or get it in any way, shape, or form, because I almost don't fully get it. And so that's why I haven't really decided to explain it to those around me. So don't ask any questions about it, okay? And that's the vibe that's coming through with this. You feeling like, okay, if people decide to socialize with me or get together or catch up at this point, or new things come to be once again to begin the second half, I'm all about it. But it's almost like at the end of the first half, once again, it was like, I'm kind of good. You know, it's not really matching my mindset or my energy level. Allowing for yourself to stop and take a deep breath as you're trying to think, feeling as if people or situations might be a little bit too fast paced at this point, or you simply want things to come out more in a more intelligent way than they might, right? Feeling as if you're feeling inclined to speak quicker than your mind wants you to. Thoroughly thinking to begin, or in this first chunk of the second half of the month, about new beginnings, about fresh starts, you know, thinking about your finances and your career and about the friends and the energies you surround yourself with. And you're like, oh shit, I do have a lot to accomplish. I have a lot to do. What's next on my to-do list? Okay, wow, I'm not stressing over it. That's good. Cheers to all I've accomplished. Cheers to me is what I'm hearing as I'm drawn to this cup here. And I'm hearing or thinking, interesting, I was thinking it and spirit was like, yeah, say that, but the wording wasn't perfect in my mind. Cheers to me. Cheers to all I've accomplished once again. Cheers to what's ahead. Cheers to even the past, even though it was not even close to ideal. Very interesting. And again, more animals. Keep an eye out. We're moving on to the Two of Wands. Now I'm feeling different as a Taurus at this point in the month, and keep in mind I have Taurus in my chart. I don't know if you knew that, if you've been with me for a while. If not, welcome to the channel. Either way, why is this not enough? Why are you not enough? Or why are things and people that I'm wrapped up with at this point seeming to not fulfill me to a certain extent? Feeling this little bit of a void come back to your life, or just be sitting with you in a new way. And Spirit saying, it's okay. Sit with it for a hot second. When you feel that void or when you experience it in one way, shape, or form, don't be so quick to fill it up. Don't be so quick to experience something new. Allow yourself to learn from it, grow from it, and it could teach you something about yourself and who you're becoming. You know, the way you want to proceed moving forward. Again, it has a lot to do with you feeling just a little bit different. Being aligned with the Chariot. Spirit saying you shouldn't have said that. It was just me saying it was aligned with the Chariot, and it's like, it is, but I should have just held it up. And you feeling like people are telling me, well, you shouldn't have said that, or you shouldn't have done that. And you being like, well, damn, I mean, I'm learning, I'm growing. Give me some slack, you know? I'm giving myself a certain amount of slack. And that might make you feel that lack of fulfillment or remind you of the void within. And you're like, I was making certain levels of progress. Can we just be proud of me? Because I am. Once again, I've been through a lot, I've overcome a lot. And it's time for me to either move on or move towards something bigger and better, greater for myself, knowing deep within that you deserve to experience more in life, right? Whether, again, it's certain energies or people, places, situations, you name it. It could just be one of which, just feeling the need to kind of break free from the limitations certain people and situations have put on you over, I want to say, the years or even months. And wanting to, again, experience new cultures and ways of living. And it's like, this is why I'm feeling different. I want more. Interesting. I really recommend wrapping yourself up in nature. You know, it's interesting, we were just talking about, again, animals. We have the squirrel and the squirrel and the bunny down here. And as I'm drawn to, with the alignment once again, the nature, the green in the Chariot card, I need for you to wrap yourself up in as much nature as you can, especially, I want to say, in the second half of the month, or the middle of the second half, as you will find it brings down any level of anxiety that you're picking up on or is affected by other people. Okay, you'll feel at ease and inspired by nature in one way, shape, or form. We're moving on to the last and final card where we have the Queen of Swords. Again, are you drinking enough water? And it's interesting because this card's very blue. Are you doing what you need to feel calm? Maybe go to the ocean or wrap yourself up in water. It was a horrible way of putting it. Go swimming. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're drinking enough H2O. But the Queen of Swords. Wow, who's got to go? You sort of re-examining everything. Feeling overly critical of yourself too as you make your way to wrap up the second half of the month and the month in general. Looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, well, this has got to improve, you know, but thinking about it again in a very mature way. Being like, it's like all the meanwhile as you're being overly critical of yourself and those around you in situations, but in a kind of productive way where you're like, all right, I can decide that this is going to change. I can decide that I can make these certain adjustments moving forward, understanding a little bit better as to where I'm heading or what needs to happen in general. Feeling this new sense of hope come over you as I'm drawn to all these, I believe they're doves. Who's got a cat? I'm feeling a cat sort of presence happening. And you either spending a lot of time with this feline or just feeling this kind of feistiness like a cat come over you. But then like 1 second you're feisty and the next you're like, can we cuddle? Or, you know, feeling the sensuality come over you. It's these multiple sides of you that keep emerging or you keep discovering or people keep noticing and you're like, I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm just developing, I'm changing, or I'm just a multi-sided individual. Embrace it, because I am. Being aligned with the Knight of Pentacles. Shit, I shouldn't have said that, but I'm going to keep going anyways. Again, you finish off the month re-examining even the pace of how things are unraveling and moving for you in general. And you're like, you know what, I'm cool with it. You feeling as if, again, the end of the first half and the second half is a bit of a slower pace for you as far as socializing and how things are progressing, and you sort of taking it as a time to reassess and overanalyze to a certain extent. So be aware of that. Don't overthink too much. Don't overshare as well. As you can hear, I can't stop rambling. The explanation is one big breath. Breathe. Breathe. It'll benefit you. It'll help you simplify your mind, as you will find it will make some of these decisions 10 times easier. I need to once again wrap yourself up with a lot of green, a lot of blue, a lot of nature. Whatever makes you feel calm, grounded, centered, and allow yourself to be super okay. However you want to word it, allow yourself to be 100% okay with the fact that you're just a little bit different moving forward, and that's a beautiful thing. All right, Taurus. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to shoot me an email about booking a personal reading. You'll find all the information once again down below. Sending you nothing but love and light at this time. I hope you have an amazing month, and I'll see you next time. Bye.